I'm Sal, thanks for checking out the video. Today we took the hatch off my S13, so I didn't see a lot of great videos out there explaining how to do it. So I just tried to record everything I'm doing, and we'll get right into it. Okay, so you can see that it's clearly broken, and you can see on the right side that the pin is just sheared off. It's just rusted out or whatever. So my plan is to pop out, let's see, this pin over here, and then the one on the other side as well. And then it looks like the rod that it runs through, or the tube, I guess, that it runs through across on the top half of the hinge is still intact. So hopefully I can just pop this out, run to the hardware store, get a bolt that's around the same size, and then just pass it through, and then work from there. That way I don't have to get a whole new hinge. Okay, so you just saw why I'm actually removing the hatch. I need to fix the hinge because it rattles sometimes while driving around at low RPM. It also has some holes from wings that have been mounted in the past with previous owners that I wanted to fix permanently. I thought that removing the hatch would be the best way to get both these things done with the best results. I started with trying to get the passenger side hinge out first. Okay, cool, making progress. So I took up the end of this, was able to pop out the bottom of this trim. Then from there, I was able to get this top trim off, and then I was able to squeeze out the headliner. And now we can see the bottom two bolts that hold in the mount there. So I'm gonna try and get these off and then pull the bottom half of the hinge off. So this was pretty straightforward, just using a 13mm socket, and then I tapped the hinge itself a few times with a screwdriver to release it from where it's been sitting for the last 30 years. So at this point, I didn't really know 100% that I was removing the hatch completely, so I was just trying to prop up the right side to get the hinge out and try to fix everything on the car. But I quickly saw that this was not the best plan, and I decided to just remove the whole thing after getting the bottom half of the hinge out. So once I knew I was going all in on removing the hatch, I started getting to work on removing the driver's side hinge. Right away, I made my first mistake, which wasn't a huge deal, but it could have been easily avoided with some better foresight. I took off the passenger side strut, but I didn't remove the driver's side strut, and you'll see why that becomes an issue in about 30 seconds. But I went back in the car and basically repeated the same exact process on the other side, pulling down the headliner and undoing the nuts holding in the hinge. Gotta say, it was a little tighter in there with the hatch down. It kind of felt like a sauna, but at least I had the car in the garage, which made it bearable. I can't imagine doing it out in the bacon in the sun. But now I've got the nuts off, and I'm trying to get the hatch loose from the rest of the car. Now, once the studs from the hinge cleared the holes in the car, the gas strut just wanted to push the whole hatch back. At this point, it was just the strut pushing against the wiring, which was the only thing holding it in place. So had I taken the strut off before, this wouldn't have become an issue, but it really just scared me more than anything, and I didn't really know what to do in the moment. But I was able to let the hatch go for a second to get some pliers, and then remove the locking tab on the strut to get it off. Once I did that, there was no more tension on the wiring, and I was able to set the hatch back in place. Next, I needed to figure out the wiring so that I could remove the hatch completely. I was really considering just cutting the wires, if I'm being honest, because I don't have a radio, the rear defrost is broken, and the third brake light doesn't work. So I was kind of thinking about just making it really easy on myself, but I am so glad that I decided not to, because it really wasn't that bad. And if I can avoid cutting up the car's factory wiring more than it already is, I'm going to. Okay guys, just wanted to give a quick update. It is tight quarters in here, and it is hot. I'm sweating. So I want to take the hatch off. I think I'm decided I'm going to take the hatch off, and to do that I got to deal with this wiring here. So I traced it down behind all this paneling, and it's got two connectors right here. So I just disconnected those, and then I just got to snip all these holders, and then it should be able to pull right out with the hatch itself. I'm going to do that on the other side now, and then hopefully I can get the hatch out right now. Okay. This is turning into a how to remove a hatch video, so I'm trying to do my due diligence and show you exactly what needs to be done. So this ground was connected right here. I just unscrewed this. It's a 10 millimeter, and then that came out. And then this antenna wire was routed up through here like this, and then connected here to this one, which looks like it's running down there. So I just pulled this apart. It was like electrical taped up to this like little bracket up here. I haven't actually looked at it. It's just that little strip there. So I just pulled it off, and then yeah, now this wiring should be disconnected. This wiring is disconnected down at the bottom here. So it's just a matter of undoing the little holders, and now the hatch should be able to come right out. Okay, just snipped all these, and now you can see it's all loose, so we're good to go there. I just used these Tamiya side cutters. I'll have these linked below. I've mentioned these in a previous video, but these things are awesome. It's great for cutting little things like this, and I always keep a pair in the garage. Now, we should be ready to go. I'm gonna try and pull this hatch off. So this took a few attempts, as you'll see. The wiring was loose, but it just kept getting caught on random things and preventing me from pulling it out completely. I was a little worried about doing this by myself because I didn't know how heavy it was going to be, and of course I didn't want to break the glass or drop it or anything, God forbid, but I was surprised at how light it was. I mean, it's not made of carbon fiber or anything, and maybe my idea of light is skewed a little bit. I mean, look at those guns. I hate myself, but in all seriousness, it's definitely doable for one person to remove it. Probably safer for two people, but not required by any means. Overall though, this job was not as daunting as I was expecting, and I'm glad I decided to record everything along the way. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you want to watch me fix the hinge and repair the spoiler holes with solder and use Bondo for the first time, those videos should be coming shortly. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.